Everyone's always talking about planning a trip to Iceland, but there are some things they might not be telling you. In this video, we are going to go through what not to do when traveling to Iceland that you must know before you go, and yes, some of these mistakes do have the potential to impact your experience on your trip. Are you ready? Let's get started. First up, do not make Reykjavik your home base for your trip. I am constantly seeing this from people planning a visit. They have a week in Iceland and they want to stay in Reykjavik, rent a car, and do day trips. Now, there is no doubt that this is a charming city and it's easy to keep yourself occupied, but Iceland's real draw is the natural beauty that lies just beyond the city. There is a lot of driving in Iceland, although it looks like a smaller country on the map, so if you make Reykjavik your home base, you will be spending a ton of time in the car. Instead, I highly recommend staying outside of the city in the countryside to cut down on drive time significantly. I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this, and travelers just assume that this is the best base for their vacation as it's a city that we've all heard of, but I strongly recommend basing outside of the city so that you're closer to all of the incredible nature that Iceland has to offer. Number 2, do not walk on the moss that you will see all over the country. I didn't know this on my first trip, and I truly feel like this is a huge mistake that people unknowingly make when visiting Iceland. The moss is extremely fragile, it can take hundreds of years for it to grow back, and we want to protect the environment. If you want to see some of the incredible mossy lava fields, there are designated trails and places to pull over that bring you up close and personal while still preserving the landscape. Number 3, do not buy water bottles from the store. Instead, bring a reusable bottle and refill straight from the streams and rivers, or you can refill from the tap. This is a great way to not only save money, but also to save the landfill. The water in Iceland is exceptionally clean, and yes, it is even safe to drink from most streams and rivers, many of which originate from one of the island's many glaciers. If you do need to buy bottled water, like I sometimes do when I arrive at the airport, keep the same bottle and refill it during your trip. Number 4, do not skip out on wearing head-to-toe waterproof gear. This is super important. The weather in Iceland is unpredictable, and during your trip, you will be seeing tons of waterfalls and exploring lots of damp environments. For shoes, I love rain boots. They are affordable and allow your feet to stay completely dry in all conditions. I am always a fan of wearing what you already own for trips, but Iceland is the exception. You can get all of this online, and what you buy does not have to break the bank. I will share exactly what I wear in the description below. Number 5, do not try and pack too much into one trip. How do I know this is something you shouldn't do? Because I have done it myself and I constantly see other people making the same mistake. Iceland may not look all that large on the map, but it is actually quite big with so much to see and do, and you run the risk of burning out if you try and do too much with not enough time. When planning a trip to Iceland, I recommend choosing your must-see places and making those a priority. If they're all spread throughout the country and you only have a short amount of time, you may want to rethink your Iceland itinerary so you don't spend your whole trip in the car driving between destinations. Don't forget to check out my 10-day Iceland itinerary video for first-time visitors. I will share it in the description below. Number 6, do not drive a two-wheel drive car on the F-roads in Iceland. Much of this country is accessible with a regular two-wheel drive car, including the whole ring road, which goes around the entire island, but there are some places, particularly in the Icelandic Highlands, where there is a type of road called an F-road. It is illegal to drive on these roads unless you have a 4x4 vehicle due to the uneven and sometimes rocky terrain. These are gravel roads often full of potholes and river crossings, and you should never try and cross these in your two-wheel drive car on F-roads. Not only is it illegal, it is also dangerous, and you risk needing to be rescued or worse. Number 7, do not think that summer is the only season that you can visit Iceland. People often think that this is the only time to go with the best weather and when the experience will be the most enjoyable, and I'm here to tell you that is simply not true. You can plan an incredible trip to Iceland any time of year, and I highly recommend visiting during the off-season or the shoulder season. Of course, this depends on what you want to see during your trip, so if you want to see the midnight sun and lupines, then summer is the only time for your visit, and if you want to head into the highlands, you're gonna want to plan a visit between mid-June to September. If you want to see the northern lights, you need to come during the winter or the shoulder season for the best chance. I have visited the country in all seasons, and each offers something different and unique, but if summer is your only time to visit Iceland, then please feel free. You are going to have an incredible time. I just want everyone to know that summer isn't the only time to visit, and there is something to do in Iceland for all seasons. Number 8, do not wait until the last minute to book your lagoon tickets. There are so many amazing hot springs in Iceland, but if you want to visit some of the more famous ones, such as the Blue Lagoon or the Sky Lagoon, you are going to want to book in advance. I would hate for you to come all the way to Iceland and miss out on such a memorable experience. Number 9, do not stop in the middle of the road to take photos. I know this should go without saying, but people are constantly doing this, and some people have even lost their lives. I know the roads in Iceland can be pretty remote, but this is a good rule of thumb throughout the country, and there are plenty of pullouts that you can find along the ring road to take photos. This is especially important when chasing the northern lights. You should always pull safely off the road. Number 10, do not expect Reynisfjara Beach to look the same. This is a very famous black sand beach in Iceland with the basalt columns, and you've probably seen pictures of it, but in February 2026, things changed with a ton of sand being washed away by winter storms. The basalt columns that you used to be able to climb on are now surrounded by water, and the beach has completely changed due to erosion, and although experts say the sand may come back, we really don't know. The rocks are inaccessible, so do not try and walk over to them or climb on them, as it is dangerous and no longer possible. This is still a beautiful beach to visit, but I want you to be prepared that Mother Nature is always changing. Number 11, do not skip booking accommodations with kitchens, especially if you're looking to save money. Restaurants in Iceland are very expensive, and while I love going out to eat just as much as everyone else, this isn't the place where I do that unless I'm grabbing an Icelandic hot dog from one of the gas stations. Instead, I recommend booking a place to stay with a kitchen or getting a camper van so you can frequent local grocery stores and make your own food, which is a great way to try local Icelandic favorites and save money at the same time. If you're already staying in a hotel without a kitchen, I still suggest going grocery shopping and making easy sandwiches or snacks, especially if you're on a budget. Number 12, do not visit only tourist hotspots and nowhere else. The tourist spots in Iceland, such as the glacier lagoons, Skogafoss, Gullfoss, and Geyser, are famous for a reason, and I love them all so much, but I don't think this is the only thing that you should see. For example, right near Skogafoss, there is the quieter Kvernafoss waterfall, and along the Golden Circle, there is the incredibly bright blue Burafoss waterfall that many people skip. On the way to Dyrhólaey, the famous black sand beach overlook, there is a lesser-known cave with really incredible views that is never busy. With a little research, you can visit both the tourist spots and the nearby hidden gems, getting the best of both worlds. Number 13, do not skip filling up gas. Many parts of Iceland are quite rural, and you may not be finding another gas station for quite a while. A good rule of thumb when driving the ring road or exploring Iceland is that you need to fill up your gas tank early and often. In the past, I did not heed this warning and ended up having to skip out on some of the things I wanted to visit as I needed to get gas and there was nothing nearby. When you see a gas station in Iceland, go fill up even if you don't really think you need to. Number 14, do not drive over the speed limit. Now, you shouldn't be speeding in any country, but I wanted to mention specifically here as the roads in Iceland are often quite remote and it can be tempting to drive faster, but the speed limit is there for a reason. The weather changes very quickly in Iceland and the winds here are often extreme, so the speed limits are lower than you may expect for this area. Please do not speed for your own safety and also so you can avoid very hefty fines from the speed cameras and local police, often reaching up to $700 depending on how fast you're going. Finally, do not just set up camp anywhere. Wild camping is generally not allowed in Iceland, so whether you're tent camping or renting a camper van, you will need to camp in designated campsites only. This applies in the vast majority of cases unless you're hiking in the highlands on a multi-day trek. Otherwise, you can't just pull your camper van over and spend the night in a random parking lot on the side of the road. Thankfully, there are plenty of campgrounds throughout the country, and they are fairly easy to find with campground maps online. Planning a trip to Iceland can be both memorable and overwhelming at the same time, so I hope these tips helped you have a clearer understanding of what to expect. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I'll see you next time.